All right, everybody, here we are finally after kind of a long wait. It's been quite some time since I actually worked on all these things. First of all, I've been busy handling myself. My health hasn't been quite good recently, so I've been busy just simply fixing the things. Uh, making myself better, making my health better and all. And then after that, I got busy doing the DevOps work. So because of this thing, of course, I couldn't really focus on the what this what is that thing called Google clone project that I had, and Google Meet clone project. And there were a few things that were remaining here, so let's simply start working on them, and hopefully all of them are gonna be done. Like, we already have the to-dos that we have to just simply focus on, so we'll be just simply focusing on them. Simple as that. And what about right now? There are few things that I even want to cover. Even yesterday I just went live for 5 hours, and then again it was quite late, at late night, and then just simply called it then kind of at 2 a.m. or something. Yeah, it was around that. And after that, here I am live again. Okay, I hope I'm audible. Am I audible or not? First of all, let me make sure that I'm not sure whether I'm audible. How can I check it? Hello. I hope I'm audible. I must be. How can I be sure about this thing? Let me use my buds for some. Okay, I would be audible. It's just like something's up with my setup. I don't know. I will have to fix that for sure. Let me use my buds to just simply check my quality, audio quality, of course. Hello, check. Am I audible? Can you hear me? Yeah, of course I'm audible. The thing is that I'm not sure. Something is wrong. So I will be fixing it. Not really big problem. It can be fixed anytime. As for right now, let's simply start going through that. But before even that, let's simply talk about a few things that I have to just simply start recently, because it is a kind of a must to just simply keep going through everything on a daily basis. And if I'm just simply missing out some of the things, so that is something that I have to just simply cover anyhow. First of all, let me do one thing. What is the IP address? 10A180 and all. I hope this is the one. So 10.180.80.559. Let's simply stop it. Start it again, and let's simply start it from here. Okay, right now my laptop is also connected, and I can operate my PC and laptop both at the same time. So coming back to this thing, we've been actually going through quite a lot of things, and the best part is that we are actually learning about DevOps, and that is one of the most important things that's actually going on, right? And the thing is that that doesn't seem to be like a difficult one. Even we are going through Kubernetes section right now, and that does seem like okay, understandable, and we are just simply going through that easily. But here there are a few things. Google Meet clone 4 hours, remaining serverless backend, cloud layer. Okay, we have to just simply cover this one as well. ECS, AWS, we have already gone through it, so we don't really need to worry about it. These were some of the things that were remaining earlier, so we definitely have to focus on these. And the most important thing is gonna be something like this. After Google Meet project, I will start working on this one. So overall things are gonna be like this. I am gonna be having 4 hours for any project from tomorrow onwards, and of course today I am gonna be doing the same thing. So ultimately I'm gonna be working on the full stack projects and all for 4 hours. In 2 hours I'm gonna be focusing on any clone and all. Suppose right now Google Meet clone, and in the remaining 2 hours I'm actually gonna be working on a tech project. I think this is the right time, rather the best time to just simply get it started. And because the Google Meet clone project, this is almost at the end, so in a couple of days, if I just keep working on this, it's gonna be done maybe by tomorrow or something. And then in the place of this one, I'm gonna be starting serverless backend project. So in the place of Google Meet project, I will be just simply working on this, and in the remaining time I'll keep working on this, and in the remaining time I'm gonna be working on DevOps part. Right now, of course, DevOps is the main priority, just simply getting it done anyhow. And once this is done, then we don't really need to worry about it. Okay, as for right now, I'm gonna be live at least for 2 hours, and I'm gonna be working on this Google Meet clone project. If I don't get any work in between, if I get some calls and all to just simply get some work done, I will be leaving, then I'll be going back live again. And then, but at the end of the day, this particular section is definitely gonna be done today. So without any further delay, everything is already planned. And sorry, because of my bad health and all, I couldn't really be live properly in the past 2 days or something. But okay, here we are back, and let's simply get started without any further delay. Alrighty then, let's spin up the project. This was the project, right? And these are the to-dos that we have. First of all, allow hand raise functionality. Interesting, but before even that thing, there were some more things that needed to be done. Let's simply run the project. So turbo dev, the project is gonna be running from here on. And once the project is actually running, there were few environment variables that were missing from here. And like the access ID and access secret key, I will have to generate the new ones. They're just gonna be for the live. After that, I will revoke them again. So not really big problem. AWS, and again, I'm using S3 over here for the storage. You must have seen me just using all these things, so I'm not gonna be talking about them much. But yeah, just wanted to give you a hint exactly what's being used for the storage. Alrighty, hopefully I'm gonna be getting. Why is it taking a lot of time? Never mind. Wanna go to IAM, because I think from here only I will get the key and the secret, so that I can just keep it there. So I have to go to users. I think this is the one, Vipendra, and let's go to security and credentials. Over here, this is the access key that I already have, but I don't have the secret, so let me delete this as well. Do I confirm deletion? Do I need to deactivate it, or I'm using it somewhere? And it turns out I am using it. I'm using it inside what? Inside what? Kubernetes section, man. This is being used over there. Okay, let's not worry about that. Let me create one more, and that's gonna be command line. This is gonna be for the live, and after that I will revoke this. As simple as that. So forget about the description, or let's have the description just for the live. After that, delete this. Create. This is the access key, so let's simply copy it from here, and access key ID is gonna be pasted over here, and secret. Okay, so coming back to this one, this is the secret, and let me just simply paste it here. And once it is pasted, let's simply close everything. And one more thing, man, I'm using the local database here. Vipendra, not really, local database is not being used though. So overall things are fine. Okay, so let's close and go to the. I have to even check whether the things are actually working fine or not. Page.tsx. I changed quite a lot of things 3 days back when I was live, and right now I will have to check whether those things are working as expected or not. WebSocket is listening on this. Control, what is the shortcut? Control B. Nope. Alt B. There was a shortcut for this. Interact, UD scroll, UD page loss, jump. Control Shift B. I think this is the shortcut. Control caps lock B. Unfortunately, I've forgotten the shortcut over here. Never mind. Let's simply open it directly, and hopefully it will not take a lot of time to compile this stuff. Let's see what's gonna happen. And what is the next thing that we have to work on? The next thing that we have to just simply focus on working on, that is allow hand raise functionality. So we are going to be focusing on this particular part, so that people are actually able to hand raise in the meeting. And after getting these many things done, we'll be just almost sort of done with the project. I mean, I can call it a project as done. I can consider it as done. Okay. DGUI compiling. What is the problem here? Localhost 3000. Something is up. I'm getting these requests again and again, but I stop it for a while. turbo dev. Oh, definitely I have messed up with something. Never mind, hopefully it's gonna be fixable. Of course we can fix that, not really big problem. But we'll have to first of all check why are we getting this issue, error, whatever you call that. Starting it, it's running on port 3000. Already we are checking it here, and it will even combine this stuff and all. Okay, let it work. I mean, reload in the background. We are not gonna be quite worried about that. The next thing that we have to focus on this particular hand functionality. That simply means we have to come here inside meeting, and page.tsx we have video section and panels, and hand functionality is inside this video section only, right? Yeah. So something like this. Apart from this particular thing, we have top bar video grid, and that is actually inside the video grid only. And this is where we even have two types of videos. First of all, we have the video of local video container, and of course we have the remote video containers, and any participant can actually turn this on. Ultimately, whenever that particular participant turns on, raises the hand, at that time I have to notify others. So what's gonna be the overall flow? Let's even think about this one. So this is the to-do that I have, functionality. So first of all, when you raise hand, okay, so you raise the hand. After that, you have to notify others. So notify others. At that time, you have to notify others, and ultimately send an event to the backend. Backend will do the job of notifying others. Notify others about you. So this is what usually ideally should happen over here. So you are raising the hand, sending an event to the backend. Backend will do the job of notifying, and when others are actually getting notified, so whenever you are raising the hand, I should kind of maintain a state, and so that I can just simply toggle that state, right? That's right. And when it comes to maintaining the state, so wouldn't it be better if I maintain the state directly in your profile? So in the profile, what all I have right now, because that only belongs to you. What is the issue with this deployment part? Again, I'm getting this Daisy UI related stuff. Interesting here. Why is that so? Interesting. Let me fix this thing. I will be back here. For some reason, this is giving me the same error over and over, and even this is loading. My reload definitely happen. Congratulations! Just right now, my VS Code it struggled really badly, and I don't know. Few things were here. It was unable to handle the load, and it got just simply disconnected. Kind of, it got crashed, and I'll have to figure it out exactly what's happening here. But before that, let me delete the turbo cache file from here, and but what could be the reason here? I didn't really change something that can cause this issue, and even if there is a problem, at least I should be able to get some kind of error. I'm not even getting the error. That Daisy UI related part, that's it, nothing else. One more time, turbo dev. Okay, this seems to be quite fine. Ultimately the problem is on the front end side, and of course it's gonna be taking some time to just simply restart this stuff and all. I'm using bun, ain't I? Bun. Yeah, I'm using bun, still it's taking time. Interesting. And I'll have to check the logs and all, exactly why it's taking time. This is quite interesting stuff. Coming back to this one, Daisy UI, this compiled and then got the request over here, and hopefully I will not keep getting the request on this particular route. because a few times only this is what happened. Untitled, so localhost 3000. Oh, finally, I think caching was the problem. Yeah, of course. Alrighty, so this much we have done, and the next thing is that we have to just simply click on sign in. I'm sure I'm not signed in, or I am. What is the duration for the session that I had? Next router was not mounted. Congratulations. So we have the errors. And I kept making changes whenever I was live, and here is the result for that. What is the router.ts? This is not what I want. So can you give me the page number, like any idea about the page where I'm getting this error? I hope I will be able to get it here. Okay, not a problem. So API auth session get session one correctly. No errors as such here. So next router was not found. One thing is clear that somewhere I'm using use router, and that is being imported from React. I mean next router, and that should not be imported. But the question is, where am I using that? And from the error, it's okay. Join meeting and page number. I mean join meeting.tsx, line number 7. So join meeting.tsx. Where do I have this join meeting? This is definitely inside this. So if I come back here, inside main and components, not this one. So inside dashboard, components, join meeting, and somewhere here am I using the use router? Yeah, this is the problem. So wherever I'm using the use router, over there I have to import it from next navigation, and the short office should do the job. Alrighty, so this much is done. Let me create a meeting. Let me first of all check whether everything's working or not, because I'm working on this after a long time, so I'm not even sure whether how the things are gonna be working here. Let me turn off the camera from here. So for that thing, iron webcam will be used just for the demo camera, and I can just simply turn it on. This is how it's gonna be going on, and my main camera, OBS camera, is free. Great. Let's simply click on this. It is on right now, and apart from this particular thing, what I want, I want another user to join the room. So let's simply keep it here. Let's keep it here. Is this what I want? Not really. This is not what I want. Just a minute. Name incognito mode. I should be able to log in other user over here. So the same, but again the user needs to log in first of all. So localhost 3000 and slash forget about meeting. Let's go to here. Let's click on. I'm already logged in here. VIP meeting. I hope. Yeah, definitely I'm logged in. Let me end the meeting from here. So leave the meeting. And if I go to this one, who is the user here? Inside the profile, we can sync button 999. That's great. Let me sign in with a demo ID. So that was demo@gmail.com and PASSWID1234. Sign in. And hopefully sign up will be invalid email or password. Interesting. demo@gmail.com PASSW1234. Sign in. Okay, it turns out it is just wrong again and again. Hang on for a sec. Alrighty, so this thing is done, but there is a problem here. The password is not right, and that simply means I have to just simply just a minute. Hang on for a sec. Give me a moment. Alright everybody, let's continue from here on. So but I was just simply saying that I have to sign up with a new account, especially if I want to use that. So let's make it suppose just Vipendra or probably unstoppable @gmail. Just that should be just the name. So unstoppable @gmail.com. Password is gonna be just normal password 1234 PASSWORD 1234, and let's click on submit. User already exists, use another Gmail. Great job. Unstoppable already exists. So in that case, we should be able to guess the password. Unstoppable @gmail.com PASSWORD I mean, this should be fine. Hope so. Yeah, here we are, and we are getting the profile right here. We are even getting the picture of that. Nothing could be better than this. And a few things that we have to actually work on. But before even that, let me check with the we are actually able to join the meeting or not. This is the most important thing that we have to check here. So coming back to this one, this is gonna be the host. Let me paste the link over here, and I'm getting the request to just simply allow the user to join the meeting. So let me click on allow all, at least I mean all of them are gonna be joined. So yeah, here we are, this much is working. And the next thing is that I'm not even getting the profile pictures here for some reason. Why aren't the profile pictures visible here? The profile picture is working. I have to check out the code, like why it's happening. So I have to go to mainly profile panel, right? Not even profile panel. So apps, inside apps, web, inside web I have to go to app, inside app meeting, inside meeting ID, inside meeting ID, components, inside components, panels, and then participant panel, and inside participant panel I have to take care of the list, right? I mean, this is what I have to focus on. And this is where it should be profile URL, and the same thing I need to change somewhere else or not. Okay, this is already done. Let's see whether I'm getting, okay, now I'm getting the these profile pictures over here. And apart from this particular thing, I should be able to turn off the camera, I should be able to turn it on again, and I should be able to record, share the entire screen. That is, of course, we are actually able to do. So stop it. It's been quite a lot of time, so that is why I'm just simply checking each and every options whether they are working or not, and then we will start working on the new functionality. Hi, how have you been doing? So yeah, we are kind of able to send the message. Good, what about you? So yeah, this seems to be working fine. Let me try to send some files from here. Don't really have, I think, files. I should be getting them here. Yeah, so let me select all of them. Let's simply click on open. So these are the files that are being shared. Quite good stuff that we've done here, right? Haven't we? These are the new files for you. Let's simply send them. So they should be sent right now. And turns out I'm getting the issue here. So I'm not getting the issue while I'm not getting the issue while sending them, but I'm getting the issue while just simply previewing them. So that is the thing that I have to fix. So when I'm previewing them inside the chat, right, chat panel, so let's go to chats, and that is inside the message section. And when I'm actually showing the chat file, so this is where I have to focus on, and process.uploads.base URL in file name I'm just simply showing here. The question is, what is the base URL? So this is something I have to check, and the base upload base URL, right? So that must be coming from environmental variable. So inside this https uploads coding the code dot site. So let's see whether it's working or not. So coming back to this one, and slash logo dot png. Yeah, it is sort of working. So ultimate, wow, internal React static flag was missing. Notify the React team. Forget about the React team. I'll have to fix this, but how can I get rid of this right now? What is the issue? 3 issues are here. Internal React error. A static flag was missing. Please notify the React team. What is the second one? Each child in a list should have a unique key prop. So chat files, see the one. So when ultimately inside chat files, there's not proper key and can't read the properties of undefined profile URL. Where is this error from? I have to check out these things well. They can be quite good improvements in my application right now. So uncaught type here cannot read the properties of undefined reading profile URL inside chat message. So inside chat message over here, uh, it is unable to read the profile URL from other participants. Really? Mm, what could be the reason behind this? Uncaught cannot read the. Just a minute. Let me go here. First of all, it is unable to read the file inside chat files, and that simply means I have to be back here. And where am I trying to read the profile URL? Let's simply search profile URL here. Profile URL, and turns out I'm not trying to read it anywhere. I was trying to read it somewhere here, if I'm not wrong. That's where it showed, right? So this is the chat files, but okay, not quite needed here. Uploads base URL, this is exactly right. File.filename, this should be even working fine, but I'm not getting the result. So once I have the chat files over here, so chat files.map, I'm gonna be getting the file here. Just a minute, give me a second. Alrighty, don't know how long I have to just make the people just be quiet around me, but never mind. Chat ID index really got stuck, but never mind. What are the other errors? First of all, this is the one in what is the chat message, and inside chat message I have to go to line number 55. Let's go here first of all. So chat message line number 55. So this is where I was facing the issue. The question is that other participants, and other participant has the participant type, that simply means it will have the profile URL as well. And find this p.id chat.sender id and profile URL. That should be sort of fine. If I just simply remove this, then what will be the problem? The problem is that object is possibly undefined. So the object that I'm actually getting from here, object for whom? Other participants, fine. I'm getting I have the participant ID of other participants, chat.sender id. So I'm just simply getting the sender ID, the sender who actually sent that. Okay. Just a minute. First of all, if you are the sender, this particular message will be sent for you. I mean, this is where the message is going to be re-rendered. And chat.sender id. A few things are missing here. Chat.start, that simply means someone else is sending the message, so that is where it's this is where the message will be shown. So other participants find.id, I'm getting the participant ID. Once I got the participant ID, if that's equals to the chat.sender ID, in that case it's gonna be at the starting. That means this is the part of the sender. I haven't even added proper comments here, could be hard to understand later. If you are the sender is gonna be what? Current participant id.chat.sender id. So ultimately the current participant who is in that particular account. Okay, and then chat.sender id. So if they're both of them are gonna be equal, that simply means they are the current participant. That is okay, understandable. And apart from this particular thing, that simply means if it is true, then you are the sender, and if you are the sender, you should be on the end side. That is understandable. So this particular section belongs to the end, like the sender So if you are sending the message, your message will be here. If others are sending the message to you, those messages are gonna be here on the chat start. In that case, how will I render the image, right? That to the right one. So other participants find PID, ultimately I'm getting the participants ID, and chat.sender.id. So it's like others sent me the ID. I already have that sender's ID, whoever sent me the message. So I'm just simply checking whether that's equals or not. And lastly, I'm just simply returning the profile URL. That's fine. Or even to be precise, instead of keeping it this much over here, chat senders. Chat sender, I can definitely get the chat sender over here. But the question is, if you actually try to get the chat sender, is this gonna be possible here? So this thing, if I just simply cut it from here, and let's see what I can do. So is a sender and const chat sender. Even this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine over here. So this is gonna be the chat sender, right? So if you are the sender, then okay, I don't really need to worry about it. And if you are not the sender, then there's definitely gonna be some chat sender as well. And once I got the value of the chat sender, in that case, chat sender dot profile URL. This is how I'm gonna be going ahead. And the next thing is that the value of this chat sender, it can actually be possibly undefined, right? Interesting. In that case, I have this chat sender over here, I have this is sender over here. The simple thing is that if you are the sender, then there's gonna be no chat sender at all. So this chat sender is just being used over here. That simply means that if not is sender, only then this is gonna be happening. So if not is sender, then give me the value of other participants over here. Ultimately, if that is not, then do this. So what will I be getting here? It will just simply give me the to the value. If I'm not wrong, I would like to check the value of this as well. CLJ chat sender. Let's see what am I gonna be getting here. And at the end of the day, this is where I'm facing the issue as well. Interesting. So inside chat messages, let's check this thing out. Console, reload the page. Done everything. Let's simply send the message. Okay, this message goes there. I think two people needs to be connected in order to check this thing well. Okay, not a problem. So what I can do is that I'm gonna be asking this user to join the same meeting too. But there's gonna be a problem. Even I have to fix this thing that for some reason this extra ID that I get over here, I should not be getting that, and I get that only when I just simply click on the some arrows. I will be showing you those arrows. Okay, as for right now, let me do one thing. I'm gonna be resetting the permissions from here so that I can actually use the camera from over here on the OBS, and this should be sort of okay. Why am I still not able to use this? Maybe because of this one. Just a sec. Alrighty, here we are. So this particular thing is done. Coming back to this one, the error that I had, chat sender, and reload this. Allow just anything, that would even be fine. That simply means if I allow right now, and if I turn on this, there should be Iron webcam, but Iron webcam is not quite shown here, but I'm still getting that. That's great. If I'm getting that, in that case, if I just simply try to first of all reset this permission, reload the page, and if I try to select the camera, so Iron webcam, so at least I should be getting some kind of demo over here. That's what I wanted. Same thing can be happened here as well. So ultimately I'm gonna be selecting Iron webcam over here as well and simply click on allow. So this is how it's gonna be going on. The next thing is that making these things making these people connect. So how can I do that? They can be connected directly by joining the meetings and all. So let's simply end the meeting. Let me create on a new join meeting. There are a lot of bugs here in this particular project. It's not even nowhere close. I mean, it is kind of quite close, but not that much as well, until unless I just fix all the bugs. So once this thing is done, that's okay. Apart from this particular thing, the next thing that I have to focus on is that sending message problem. So let's click on this chat. Let's click on the chat again, and now I have to see what happens. So send the message got received, and chat message, what am I getting? I'm actually getting false over here. That simply means the value of this line chat sender is actually false. Understandable, because that's how it was calculated. So in that case, I'm gonna be doing one thing, and that is getting rid of this should be enough. So at that time I'm gonna be getting the chat participants, chat sender, and here I'm gonna be checking one thing: if not is sender, and if there is no is sender and not chat sender, in that case definitely return from here. So you are even not a sender, and you are not even a chat sender. So sender in the sense the person who sent that, chat sender in the sense the person who sent the chat. Okay, that makes sense. So if you are the is sender I mean if you are not the is sender, so that's gonna be true. No, this is not right here. How am I doing it? Suppose what I want, that if you are the sender, you should be able to you should be able to see your messages. So suppose you are the sender, so you will become false over here. Okay, and once you become false over here, you are also not a chat sender. That simply means false. That simply means this will never run. So that will be fine in that case. If you are not the sender, in that case you will be chat sender. So is sender will be, you are not a is sender, so false. True, so it will become true, but still you will not be chat sender. If you are not the sender, you will be chat sender. So this will become true, this will become, nope, this will become false. And come on here, what am I doing? Let's simply have the logic. It's instead of thinking in my mind, let's simply go ahead like this. In first situation, you are gonna be sender over here, right? So you are gonna be sender is gonna be true. That simply means you are the sender. That simply means in this particular situation, the true is gonna be becoming false. That simply means when you are the sender, this will not run. At least this particular section is gonna be false. Okay. And chat sender, if you are the sender, you can never be the chat sender. So chat sender value in that particular situation, chat sender value will be false. By default it will be false, and it will be turned into true. That's right. This is how it's gonna be going on. And false and true are gonna be becoming to false. That simply means it will be false and it will never run. So this is the first situation. In the second situation, you are actually gonna be you are not gonna be the sender. Suppose you are not the sender, right? If you are not the sender, the value of this is not sender is gonna be true. So that's great. If you are not the sender, then not sender is gonna be true over here. If you are not the sender, you will definitely be the chat sender. So you will definitely be chat sender. That simply means not chat sender will be false over here. Again, true false, it will be false. That means it will never run. But in some cases, if there is no sender and if there is no chat sender, in that case true will become true. That simply means this particular situation is condition will run, and at that time nothing is gonna be visible. Understandable. Okay, what is the next thing? The next thing is that I'm still getting this chat sender is possibly undefined. Great. So what can I do now? The next thing is that this much is fine, but mm, if there's no is the sender, if there is no is sender, in that case I have to make sure the value of chat sender exists, and if there is no chat sender, I'm gonna be returning from here. Will this solve this error? Not really. That simply means I have to check it directly, that if not chat sender, return directly. How will it be like now? Yeah, this kinds of solves this issue, and that is okay, fine as well. If not it's sender, if I'm actually returning from here, so there is high chance that no, this is gonna be problematic, because if you are the only one who's sending the message, that simply means there is no chat sender yet, and if there is no chat sender, you will be returning the things from here, so how will you be showing the messages over here? Okay, that's gonna be problematic. In that case, there are two parts I have, right? This one, this is gonna be the message of the sender, so sender message and chat sender message. So how about this is the message, right? Sender message.a6 rfc sender message in the sense the person who actually sent the message. Okay, sender message, that's fine, understandable. So one is gonna be the sender, another one is gonna be the receiver. So sender message and receiver message, the person who received the message. Sent messages, received messages, how about this? That would even be better. So instead of calling it sender, let me call it sent message.tsx and received received message.tsx rfc received message.tsx, just like this. And to keep it simple, I'm gonna be just simply cutting this stuff from here. So instead of showing so many things at the same place, cut this whole thing, and this is gonna be the is sender, that simply means the sent message. I may have to change a lot of things here, but okay, that's fine. Okay, once I've done this much, image needs to be imported from its navigation. Current participant, many things needs to be imported over here. cn is done, chat files, this is also, and overall things are fine. Few things are missing from here, that can be imported easily. Apart from this particular thing, I have this received message over here. So let's go to the chat message. This is gonna be the received message. Cut it from here, and the received message is gonna be inside this one, just like this. Again, chat files needs to be imported, and image needs to be imported as well. And this way, overall things are done. cn also needs to be imported. Alrighty, I know many errors are there, but okay, hang on for a sec. So this much I've done. What is the next thing? The next thing is that what do I need to pass? First of all, they need the value of is sender. So I'm gonna be showing both of them over here, showing both of them in the sense received. First of all, which message received, right? So CEIVED received messages, just like this, and just below that I will have sent messages. Am I not exporting it literally? This is actually named as sender messages. So sent message, just like this. Coming back to this one, I will have sent message over here. So this particular thing is done. Going back to the received message, the first thing is I need is the chat sender. Chat sender or chat receiver, let me name them better, because without the good naming convention it's gonna be really bad. So it's sender and chat sender. Okay, so what can I do? I have the current participant, I have other participants, understood. I even have the chat. What do I have inside the chat? Inside the chat I have the ID of the chat, sender ID of the sender who actually sent the message. That could be you yourself or that could be somebody else. Meeting ID, chat, message and files. Okay, coming back to this one, I have current participant, I have other participants. First of all, I'm getting current participant dot id dot chat dot sender dot id. That simply means that becomes the sender, whether you are the sender or not. And then other participant, and this chat sender, or what can I name it even for making it more sense? That's gonna be chat sender. Is a chat sender and chat sender. They are not the best names. So current participant is a sender. That is okay whether you are the sender or not. Apart from this particular thing, other participants and sent chat sender, received chat sender, CEI, received chat sender. That would even be better, what I think right now. So is sender in the sense the chat that I'm actually sending, received chat sender, so the chat that I actually received, who is the sender of that particular chat. So other participants find, I'm gonna be finding the participants ID from the other participants, because I am the current participant. So I can only be the current, I mean sender, right? If I can be. And then once that is done, then chat.sender.id. so that simply means the chat that I have, chat.sender.id, if that's equals to other participants, so that particular participant will become the received chat sender. That's okay. So this much is done. Once this is done, then in case I have none, received chat sender, just like this. So in case I have none, I'm gonna be just simply returning from here, and in case I have any one of them, then I'm gonna be passing the values here. So first value is gonna be is sender is going to be equals to is sender. This value needs to be passed so that I can just simply hide them depending on the situation. And apart from this particular thing, received chat sender, and the chat can be any chat, the chat can be sent by you as well, and that is why I need to receive the sender or chat. What do I need to pass? I think I need to pass the chat as well as the received chat sender, both. Let's see. So received chat sender, let's see how many things I need there. So received chat sender, and apart from this particular thing, chat is gonna be nothing but equals to chat. So these are the things that I'm actually sending. Coming back to this received messages, so if that is a received message, so I'm gonna be checking one thing. This is gonna be the received message. That simply means if again I'm gonna be getting some parameters over here. First of all, is sender, second one received chat sender, and third one is gonna be the chat itself, and is sender is gonna be nothing but boolean, and received chat sender, this is actually gonna be the person who actually sent the chat. So received chat sender, what all will it contain? It should usually contain the information of the sender, all the information. So RECEIVED, received chat sender, and that's gonna be what? Participant, just like this. And apart from this particular thing, chat, what is should be the type of the chat? It should be chat only, but let's see if I get some errors here. I will fix that. So once this much is done, so first of all I will be checking if you are the sender, is sender. In that case, then okay, I don't really need to do anything, return from here. Simple, because this is the received message, and if you are the sender, then of course I don't have to show this particular message over here. And apart from this particular thing, chat sender, so there is no chat sender, but there is definitely this received chat sender. So I'm gonna be having this over here. So received chat sender profile, so received chat sender dot profile URL, so received chat sender's profile URL, that is okay, makes sense. And then other participants, fine, I don't have the this other participants over here. Calculating many things at many places, interesting stuff. Coming back to this one, other participants, let me copy it from here and let me paste it here. Of course I will have to import it, so it should be coming from use meeting. I'm already using the context, ultimately the hook, and inside the components it can definitely be used, so should be fine. So I have the other participants as well, and then overall it looks fine. So what have I done here? No errors here as such. I have is sender, I have this is gonna be the received message, right? So I have to mainly check whether that particular is the participant is the received sender or is sender or not. On the basis of that thing, I have to send the value of received sender over here. Do I need to use the value of received sender inside sent message? Inside sent message there is no use of using received sender. That simply means if I want, I can cut this thing from here. What I think, I already have the chat, so after cutting it from here, let's see what's gonna happen. I should be able to paste it here, just in here. So what will happen in this particular case, that I would not need to send it as a prop. So I already have the other participants, and I checked, I definitely got the value of his sender because this is recorded on both the sides. But apart from this particular thing, I received chat sender, I'm just simply checking the received chat sender here itself, and that is it. There's another problem, and that is the value of this received chat sender is possibly undefined. So if chat sender exists, it will definitely return from here. That simply means it will never be rendered. And if there is no chat sender, ultimately if you are not each sender, then I'm gonna be checking the value of received CEIVED received chat sender. And if in case I don't have the value of received chat sender, come on, just like this, I'm gonna be returning from here. Happy? So I'm checking two things conditionally over here. First of all, I'm checking whether you are the sender. If you are the sender, then okay, I'm gonna be returning from here. If you are not the sender, I'm checking whether I have the value of received chat sender, and then getting the things done. This should be fine, and that is it. So this particular part is done. Coming back to this one, let me get rid of this. Other participants not needed, good job. Coming back to this one, received chat participant, this does not need to be sent, so this is done. Sent messages, if you are the sender, then I don't even need to send this now anymore. This much should be fine. So over here, I'm gonna be needing the value of is sender and chat. The type of them is gonna be is sender, is gonna be boolean over here, and chat type is gonna be chat, just like this. And once I got this value, so first of all I'm gonna be checking again that whether you are the sender or not. The whole game revolves around the sender, right? So if not is sender, because this is gonna be the component, or the sent message is mainly for the senders. If you are not the sender, I'm gonna be returning from here. This is the first thing. The another thing is that I have to check the value of the current participant, and that I don't have here. And when it comes to checking the value of the current participant, I'm checking it here. Is this even needed to check the value of the current participant over here? Yeah, it is kind of needed, because I have to check the value of the is sender. That's fine. That simply means apart from sending the chat, I'm gonna be needing to send the needed to send the value of the current participant as well. Sort of, right? I can import it, or I can just simply pass it as a prop here as well, and both the things are fine. Okay, this thing is done. Coming back to this one, I'm gonna be getting one more value that's gonna be equals to the current participant. I'm gonna be getting it here, and that's gonna be type of participant. Once I have this, so no errors here as well. Interesting. So if you are not the sender, I'm gonna be returning, and in the remaining case, if you are the sender, that simply means current participant dot profile URL. That simply means current participant dot username. That simply means chat dot files, etc. All these things, and chat dot is sender. Interesting. Not only this, I have to save a lot of things in the database, so I'm gonna be working on them. But overall, things should be fine, right? And most of the errors have been resolved by now. Let me close a lot of things. Oh, well, many files even not needed here. That's good. Close everything. This is how it looks like right now. And the main thing is that checking out the result, whether things are actually working as expected or not. But overall, inside meeting, I have this meeting ID. Inside meeting ID, I have this normal page.tsx contains the video. Inside this video, I have these three things. Well, I don't really need them, because I need to go to the panel section. There are two things, video section and panels. So video section mainly contains all these things. So let me collapse this. Panels, mainly I was working on this, and inside panels, that is gonna be chat 1. And inside chat, I have input and I have messages. Let's go to the messages. I have received message, sent message, and overall things are fine. Let's see how it looks like. Alright. Try to organize it quite well, but how it's gonna be looking like and all, let's see. That's yet to be seen. So let me keep it on the left side and see whether we are getting the same errors or not. Here we are. Same thing is gonna be happening over here as well. The thing is that both of them are not even connected to the same meeting for some reason, because I have to allow. Okay, now both of them are connected. That's great. That's what I wanted. Coming back to this one, again I have to go to the chat section, and things are fine. Let me click on this. There are one participants here. Gonna be sending hi, of course, from here, and bye as well. And I'm gonna be sending Tata from this side, and that works well. The next thing is that checking the logs. That's the most important part here. Checking like what kind of logs I got so far. And turns out so far it's been pretty good one. Great. Let's keep it on the left side, and let's continue with this messaging stuff. Gonna be sending a profile, so probably one should be enough for now. This PNG, let's simply send this. It got sent. Great, but few errors with that. What are they? Internal React interceptor console error React static flag was missing. Please notify the React team. Forget about this. HTTP localhost 3000 meeting undefined. Not found. Meeting undefined. This not found. Each child should have a. Let's resolve this error. There are a few errors. I'm gonna be clicking the screenshot of them, because I know very soon it's gonna be refreshed and I will lose all the errors. So it's better to just simply take a screenshot and resolve them one by one. Let's simply have it here. So these are the errors that I had. The first one is, let's talk about this one. Each child in a list should have a unique prop. Chat files, line number 51. Okay. So chat files, line number 51. This one. So this is where I'm looping through that. It does not have any ID. Aha, interesting. So it has the ID over here. That's great, it should have, but apart from this particular ID, it needs to have one more thing, and that is key, and key is gonna be nothing but the chat.id. This should also be fine, but chat.id can actually be same. Chat.id, can it be the same? Can the chat ID be same? Interesting question. How am I calculating the chat ID? Am I calculating it on the front end side or the back end, or on the back end side? Chat ID, I'll have to figure it out, but for now, if there is any doubt, I will be checking exactly how am I calculating the value of this. It's been quite some time, so I don't even remember even how I'm definitely using UUID v4, but is it being calculated on the front end side or the back end side? That is what I have to figure out, and that is it. So ultimately that error should be gone now. Apart from this particular thing, this is the another error, and that is the localhost 3000 meeting / undefined / this. And demo.png1. So ultimately it is trying to get the PNG using this URL. That's such a bad thing. So the URL is wrong. Amazing job. And that is why I'm not getting the result. So whenever I'm trying to send any request, the request goes to http localhost 3000 meeting undefined and this. Should the request be going here? The answer is no. So why is the request going here? Who knows? So what is the file name over here? The file name is no name of the file. So how will I find it now? There's no name of the file here, but I know where is the problem, so I should be able to resolve this as well. The problem is in here, right? Close this, come back here, come on this side. Ultimately this is where I'm not able to find the right things. So if I actually try to check the URL, so this is the file, and if I try to check the URL here, is this gonna be possible? Div, inside div this, and hashtag, this is gonna be, oh come on, literally forget about this. I don't think it's even gonna be possible now anymore, but ultimately inside messages only I'm getting the issues. So inside chat messages and where both the sides, inside received messages as well as sent messages. So ultimately both the times I'm facing this issue, and I'm facing this issue mainly in this particular section, chat files. And inside chat files, the URL that I'm using, that is the uploads base URL. Interesting. The question is, this uploads base URL that I have, so what am I doing with this? So chat files is mainly responsible for showing the chat files. That's okay, understandable. And what it is doing here, await promise all, simple. First of all, it gets the URL, blob URL, so that's downloadable, understood. So const response base URL / file.name blob this create URL, and then simply adding the file and the URL. So this is gonna be the URL for rendering the stuff, sorry, for downloading the stuff, and then file, it already has its name for the main URL, that's okay. And so what is the problem here? Chat files file, and when it comes to this file, so file.url, so using this it will be downloaded, and that will work for sure. And then chat file, so this is where I have to go, and uploads base URL slash file name, and this is where I get this URL, and it turns out environment variable HTTP uploads this. Something is up here, and this is where I'm facing the issue, right? So chat file, so this is the URL, this is the file name. The question is that why does the request go to localhost? CLD chat file URL, and that's gonna be equals to URL. Let me check this thing now. Okay, coming back to this, keep it on the left side. Coming back to this one, unstoppable wants, many people wants to join the meeting. Interesting. Let me leave the meeting right now. Okay, and click on new meeting, copy the URL, paste it here. There are many things that I need to just resolve them or fix them one by one, but for now let me click on this, allow the user, turn on the camera, at least that's what I can do, and let's send the files. And not only sending the file, I'm gonna be logging the value as well here and checking exactly what happens. So let me send this. Great job, here we are. So chat file URL is gonna be undefined, and this particular demo.png undefined. That simply means process.uploads.base URL. What is the environment variable here? Copy and chat file. Is there any difference between the names here? Definitely there is a difference. So this is upload. That is why people say that create an environment variable, I mean create a constant file, so that you don't have to write the same name again and again. By the way, the right name is here but wrong name is here, but never mind. loads uploads. Okay, this thing is done. That simply means I'm making the mistake 2 times at 2 places. Let's get rid of this first of all. I could have created a constant file, but okay, I will focus on that very soon. Coming back to this chat files as well, I'm using this uploads. Well, it is also right, but whenever the request gets sent, that is where I face the issues. Okay, that's fine. Right now that problem should not be here anymore, but let's see. Let's send the file. Probably I need to restart everything. Turbo day. Restarting in the sense reloading the stuff, and when it comes to reloading, so I'll actually have to allow as well, probably here. Let me click on this, allow. Both of them are allowed, that's good. And the next thing is that I actually need to click on the chat, have to send the file, and meanwhile I have to check the logs as well. Great. This is how it's gonna be going on. Let me send a photo from here. Sent. Wow, I'm still getting undefined. They did this. Interesting. The question is uploads base URL. If I'm still getting this issue, process.env, that simply means I'm not getting any environment variable over here. The question is, why am I not getting the environment variable? Am I getting none of them? No, it's not like that. I'm definitely getting some of them here. How do you know that you are getting some of them? Because of this, I'm able to save the footage. How do you know you are able to save the footage? Yeah, that's also right. How do I know? Let me go to AWS. Let me go through S3 this time. S3 storage. How can I make sure that I'm actually getting all the values from the process.env? I'll have to log the value of that. So these are the few things that I have. Let me select all of them apart from one thing, and that is this one, and probably what I'm gonna be removing everything. Delete, permanently delete. Alrighty, so things are deleted. Coming back to this one, I have only inside uploads, I have only logo.png. What is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is that first of all checking whether I actually get the value of process.env or not, or it is just nothing. It is something that I'm thinking I'm getting, but I'm not really getting. So in order to check this value, I'd better just simply go to this page.tsx over here at the top level, and here clg process environment variables process.env. Am I going to be getting the value of process.env directly here? Let's see. So if I actually want to check this directly, so it should be checked just like this, because is this gonna be checked directly? Is that so? At least I thought so. This is the main meeting.png. So once I'm inside the meeting, this particular page runs, and once this particular page runs, not this one, yeah, it should be this one. Okay, got it. clg environment variables, and over here it should be process.env. Let's check this thing out. Empty. Why? And if it is actually empty, that simply means I haven't been saving any image at all in the database recently, and turns out that's been quite right. As soon as I sent the image, no image got saved in the S3 storage. That simply means if I refresh this, oh, I have saved the images. How? The images, the videos, everything is being saved here on the S3. So open it. It is being saved. The question is not about saving them. The question is also how they are getting saved. So whenever I click, let me go to this meeting, I think components, inside components panels, and inside panels chat, and inside that input, inside input chat input, and inside this particular chat input, as soon as I upload something, so whenever the file changes, at that time event.target.files, that's okay, I got the files. Once I got the file, I'm just simply sending it to the backend job. And I forgot one thing, that my frontend and backend, both of them are the same, just WebSocket server is a different one. That simply means all the environment variables are accessible on the backend side, but they are not accessible on the front-end side. Import.env, there is another way to get the environment variable. How can I forget that? This way you do not get the values on the front-end side. If I'm not wrong, import.meta.env. There is another way to get the environment variable. How to get the environment variables on the front-end side in Next.js. there is something called import.env, import.meta.env, if I'm not wrong, or it's process.next publicly. Is it directly accessible? The question is, it is actually accessible. Why am I not getting that process.env next to this? Let's do one thing. Let's directly try to get some environment variable. Just back then what I did, page.tsx meeting, not this particular part, rather this one. Over here I just mentioned this dot, what should I mention? I would like to check this thing. So let's add this thing over here and see whether I'm gonna be getting the result or not. And turns out the value of this is undefined, and that's why I've been getting undefined so far. Okay, as I've already got the undefined. Next.js in environment variables. Do I have .env here? First of all, just a minute. Not here, yeah. Inside this package.json. I do, and if I actually have that, next configure HTTP uploads, coding the code.site, everything is accessible over here, that's fine. Package.json, and this should be somewhere here. Okay, the question is, how can I get the environment variable? That's the main focus on environment variables. And if I'm not wrong, loading environment variables with the next.env. Even from here you can get the environment variables, so that's okay. Import.meta dot import.meta. Okay, interesting. Process.env.this. In this above all these things are for server components, if I'm not wrong. How to get environment variables in the client component in Next.js. And the answer is this. So why am I not getting the interesting job. One thing is clear, on the backend side I'm definitely getting the value, but only on the front end side I'm not getting the value. And one thing that is going on in my mind, that is something called import.meta. I've forgotten that actually. Time to visit my notes. Control K, not this. Import.meta. Well, this is not for that. Import.meta is actually for the dir. I thought it was for the environment variable. .env import.meta.env white backend. I mean this is what has been just simply going in my mind. The import.meta.env.white to get the environment variables in React. We use this. In Next.js, do we follow the same way or Next.js provides it directly? That is something missing right now. So let me copy it and let me paste it. What else? Don't really have any other way. Hopefully I will be able to find another way very soon, but as of right now, here we are in import dot. Oh, env does not exist on type import metadata. On React it does work, on Next.js it does not. Doesn't really matter, I still have to check it whether it works or not. And reload it. And cannot read the properties of uploads base URL meeting page.t631. So at this line it could not read the values of this. What am I missing here? First of all, this is the first time I actually thought of. No, earlier they were already stored in the environment variables. The only thing is that why am I not gonna be getting the value of this? So even normally it should work. Process.env.uploads base URL. How about the other things? What are the other ones that I have here? Environment variable, MongoDB URI. Let's check this thing out as well. Or anything else. AWS bucket. Anything for that sake. Oh, this environment variable file. How about on the backend side? So API, this auth I have route.ts. Inside this I'm trying to do the same. Process.env.this. Am I getting the value of this inside this one? How can I even check it? To check it I'll have to send a value. Generate upload URL. So CLG. Definitely I'm getting it here. There's no doubt in that. Process.env. I'm gonna be getting all the environments here. And to make it be even sure about this, what am I actually gonna do? This thing is done. And first of all, this is the error that I've been getting for a long time. I'm gonna be getting rid of this as well. Kind of a lot of learning is there. So just simply as I go through these things, I'm gonna be learning all the things. But for now, this and these are the environment variables I got. So it turns out on the backend side I'm definitely getting the environment variable. Only on the front end side, that is the problem. No. Okay. What's wrong with the front end side? And okay, front end side is the problem, right? So let me do one thing. Let me go to apps web and let me go to app and the main page.t6. Let me check the value here. Why to go here and there? Visit many places. CLG environment variables process.env. Check this thing. Main page, home. Again, this is not running. Turbo day. Empty. Interesting. So in that case, how about doing it like this? Import .env/config empty. Okay. What? Just a sec. Okay, what am I missing right now? My Next.js note that might be able to help me. But it's strange to know that. Ta-da-na. Next.js backend parameter. Have I never encountered this error here earlier? Literally. Earlier it worked, yeah. I mean, never really get stuck like this. Metadata, title, favicons, static open graphs, dynamic open graphs gone. अरे भैया क्या बात 10 step quiz to do app have I ever okay even if I'm using them inside this that's not really big problem. Database and ORM versus ODM, Prisma, Drizzle, blah blah blah. Turns out I'm not gonna be getting that today. Do you have any other way? I have to take the help of AI in this way. Database ORM, authentication ORM. I've searched quite a lot. I was supposed to be learning clerk. That's left in between. Never mind. I don't have it here. Time to take the help of ChatGPT. How to get the environment, how to read the values from in.env file in client components. Yeah, in client components front reading.env variables is not the same as the server side because anything sent to the browser must be public. Let's break it down. So rule only next rule only next public variables are accessible. So in Next.js client components can only access environment variable that starts. इसे मैंने देखा था बीच में but I didn't pay any attention. कोई ना, let's go through it. So next public API, this will not work in client API secret. So how to use it in client component? Process.env.next public this, then I will be able to use this. Important concept, very important. env loaded at build time, client code runs in the browser, values are embedded during build time, dynamically at runtime, common. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Na, 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 na. Alright, everybody, got it. Let's simply work on this particular thing. What is this? Client components can only read process.env and then anything values can be injected at build time, never exposed to secrets. Okay, got it. So what is the next thing that I have to do here? Pretty simple stuff. And that is go to the environment variable, base URL, web URL. I'm not sure about this base web. Where am I using this? Web base URL, websites base URL, WebSockets base URL. The question is, where are they getting used? They are getting used on the front end side, aren't they? How do I know? Of course, I have to make a search. So activity panel, Control Shift F. Well, can't really get that. So activity bar. Let's simply focus. Let's click on this. Gonna be searching it here. Enter. So it's actually being used inside what? Web base URL somewhere here, and it is directly accessible over here. So let's not worry about this. The second thing is the WebSocket base URL. It's also being used only. Oh yeah, it's only being used at one place, and this is what something that's actually being used at many places, and that's bad. So how can I get the values? So I can get the values using next public. Okay, by the way, let's simply get it. Don't really have a lot of time now. So Control Shift E .env next public uploads URL. This is gonna be the basic one. And now if I want to get the value, so coming back to this one, process.env next public uploads URL. I hope this is the one, uploads next public uploads base URL, just like this, and hopefully now I should be getting that. It's been quite tricky here. I remembered one thing, that in Next.js it is not accessible directly, but this is what happens. I didn't know that. So let me do one thing. Copy it from here. Go to my notes, of course. What else? I'm gonna be saving it for now. Otherwise, next time onwards, I'll get. I'll wander here and there just like this. Okay. So. Where am I supposed to go? I'm missing something. Data science. What data science? Udemy. Oh no One to do middleware proxy in Next.js. Okay, let's not worry about that. Something here, maybe at the top, maybe inside the fundamentals. How to get the environment variables in client components in Next.js. Whether I ever come back to my notes or not, but at least these things are gonna be saved. And that's what matters, nothing else. So this particular thing is done. Apart from this particular thing, how am I gonna be getting it? So paste it here. So this is how it's gonna be going on. It will be saved maybe someday in the future. I'm gonna be making a quick visit here. Okay, so this particular thing is done. And right now, what is the next thing that I have to do? The next thing is that quickly getting the things done. So I have to go to problem is solved, by the way. The thing is that I have to just simply fix some of the things. actually have a lot of components inside components. It's become quite a big one, but okay. So meeting page.tsx, and inside this I was logging the value of this. Let's simply get rid of this. Apart from this particular thing, maybe inside this one as well. Yeah, that's right. Let's simply get rid of this as well. And the next thing that I need to do, that is go inside chat files. Yeah, so panels, chats, messages, chat file, and process.env. This should not be the one, so let me copy the environment variable this time. Control C. One more thing, chat file is here, right? So let me paste it here. So this is how it's gonna be going on. Apart from this particular thing, it is even needed inside chat file, so it should be somewhat like this. And congratulations, the fixed issues, all the issues have been resolved, at least hope so. Let's see it in action and see what happens here. Close this, close this. Left, well, there's nothing for the right, or I do have that. Alrighty, wanna join the meeting? Let me allow, and that's gonna be allowed. Now 2 users are allowed, they are in the meeting. Great job. Now I'm gonna be sending something from here. This message should be coming, should usually come on the top, but okay, never mind. Message, bro. Yeah, same here, bro. Okay, fine. Let me send hi. That user will send bye. This at least works. At least hi bye works great. Let me send this photo from here. धक करने लगा. I didn't get that. Why? Why it happened? Undefined. Uploads this URL slash this. This should not happen. This should definitely not happen. And if it takes, chat URL, I should be getting the URL here as well. So just time to check out the URL. What is the URL, bro? Really important to check. You undefined. क्या क्या देखना पड़ रहा है मुझे. I thought I've done it. Process.env, next public uploads base URL. Okay, calm down. Let me go to the meeting main page.csx. Let me log the value of this here, clg, and paste it. Not this as well. Process.env dot next public uploads base URL. I hope the same thing I copied and pasted in my notes. Process.env next public uploads base URL. Yeah, it was the same thing. Next public upload base URL. So I got the result there. The question is, why am I not getting it here? Forget about the question. Focus on this thing. So this, it is on the meeting.page. So once you are inside the meeting, you should be getting the result. Interesting. If I should be getting the result, so let me check whether I am getting the result or not. Reload it. Inside meeting, that's not getting logged. Great. If that's not getting logged, let me force it to be logged. Not forcing it. env. I'm inside the env file. That's the main one. Come on, can I cut it from here? Yeah, quickly. Can I come back? I usually get confused between these two pages, but never mind, let me paste it here. Environment variable and define. Why did I just get, is this because of this? Import .env config. No, this is definitely not because of that. Initially I got the result. What was the reason behind that? Good question. What was the reason behind that? And the question is that why did I get the result initially? Control X. Result initially in the sense I got the result in the main page.k6. I copied the things like this and pasted the things like this, and it was just simple like this, and that was the main page.k6 inside meeting. So inside meeting, that was my main page.k6. That simply means meeting one. Let me get rid of it all. Let me go here. Undefined. अबे अभी तो आया था. Just recently I got the result. Great. Time pass. Nothing could be better than this. Thank you very much. If you are what? Persistent, I'm more. Just for the sake of saying. Environment variable. Probably I have removed this from the environment variable or what? No, it is still here, and I can even copy this thing from here. I can even paste this thing from here. Initially, just once I got the right result, I'm getting it again. Why am I getting it here and not getting it somewhere else? Okay, I'm getting it here. Let me not cut it from here. I'm not gonna be cutting it. I will just simply paste it inside this. I'm getting it. Was there any problem with? Oh, what a game, bro! Enjoy the game. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Okay, I'm getting it here. Great. Maybe there was a typo problem. I don't know. I'm just a crazy person. So how could there be a typo problem? But okay, never mind. Once this is done, let me copy it from here. Let me go inside panels, chat panels, inputter. Forget about the inputter. Let's go to the message. Let's go to the files, and let me paste it here. Files. Whenever I'm gonna be sending the files, at that time it's gonna be triggered. ओए कुछ दिखा? Trying to see meeting this. First of all, I need to send this. Send this. Environment variable. I'm getting it. Was there a typo problem earlier? Seriously, if there could have been any typo problem, then I'm gone this time. Next. Nope, there was no typo problem. So there was caching related issue, because the same thing is already mentioned over here. This caching. Sometimes things get cached, and as they are cached, doesn't matter what you do, nothing is gonna be making difference. And I think the same thing happened. I didn't really change anything at all. Right now I'm getting the result. Koi na, control munna. What else? I haven't changed anything. I've been just simply testing this stuff, and I think things were cached, and because of that thing I've been getting the issue, and right now it's been resolved. That simply means if I send many things, all, in such a nice way it is working. Great job. What else could be better than this? Such a bad thing, yeah. I mean, that was definitely the caching related issue, and I struggled because of that thing quite a lot. But one thing is clear, we can definitely get the values. Let's simply get rid of this. What else? Done. Na 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 na. This thing is done. Page.js. I don't know at how many places I just simply logged the value to just simply check whether I am getting the environment variables or not. How long has it been, bro? Don't even know that. 147. Congratulations. I was supposed to be live for I was supposed to be working on this project for 2 hours, and 2 hours got spent just fixing the bugs. But okay, let's work on the other functionality quickly. Let's check this thing out whether it's still giving me the same error or not. Yeah, so sign in, end the meeting. First of all, leave, new meeting, copy the link, or copy just this, paste it here, join the meeting again. Request got the join, hatao ise yaar. हाँ, this allow all. 2 people are in the meeting. Congratulations. People. Yeah, that's great. Can I turn on the video? Of course I can. Let's go to the chat section. That's what we had to fix, right? Chat. Why am I not getting the chat here? Such a good chat I wrote here. I'm getting it here, but I'm not getting it here. Why? Who knows? Maybe it is angry. Why am I not getting it written here? Chat message. How is this getting shown? When the length of the message is zero, at that time it is getting shown. So chat panel, app, meeting ID, components, panels. Forget about the panels, chat panels, message, and chat message. Yeah, not even this thing. Probably this thing. Are you sure? Chat panel, chats. This is what is not working on the other side. Why? So when chats.length is gonna be equals to 0, at that time this is gonna be like this. Great job. Chats.length. Leave the meeting. Let me join the meeting again. Allow. Let me go to the chat, and now I'm getting this on the both sides. Yeah, chats. Why wasn't I getting it earlier? Let me click on the participant. Let me click on the chat. Okay, some issues. Probably some caching related stuff and all. I don't know, but here finally we are getting there. Okay, let me send the messages. Hi. Bye. Let me send the files. All of them together. So You can of course preview them from here, and I think it should be around 100 to see them well. Yeah, so this way you can just simply preview the files as well, just like this. And you can even click on this to preview the files. Let me click on send. If you don't write any message, file sent will be written automatically. Click send. Files got sent there. Great. And here we are getting this. Great job. And files sent, files received, things are written really well. Okay, apart from this particular thing, I can do the same thing here. Okay, great. If I send more files, then what will happen? Let's try this thing out. First of all, when I click on these things, these numbers appear over here, and I have to get rid of this. Why am I getting these numbers here for some reason? I'll have to fix that. That is again something needs to be fixed. But the question is, let me send one more file. I'm still able to preview them. Let me send something from here, or not something, maybe a lot of things. They are gonna be sent. Now am I gonna be, array, why did I select them? Okay, this is working. There's only one file, and yeah, sort of I'm able to preview them as well. Whenever these numbers are getting changed because of these arrows, and it's not really a good idea to have the numbers here. Such a bad thing. So I'm using shared CN or Daisy UI for that. I don't know, but something is causing this issue behavior. And where am I using this? Inside I have chat panel, inside messages, chat files, right? So those here, these are the buttons that I have. They have the hrefs. Href, and that is why I'm getting the hashtag. So what will you be doing now? Because if href is being used here, so definitely that hashtag is gonna be there. Of course, that would be there. So I mean, is there any problem with that? I mean, even if that's getting shown here, I'm already in the meeting, and if someone, same here, undefined 1, undefined 2, and then a few numbers over here. So these numbers are definitely gonna be here, and those numbers are nothing but what? Those numbers are nothing but with the what are those numbers? I have to check them. They are the combination of the chat ID and the index numbers. Great job. So the combination of both. Is there any way to get rid of this? I can get rid of this when I get rid of this whole thing, the whole functionality. In that case, I will have to work on the functionality on my own. From where am I actually getting this anchor tag related stuff, this whole div that I have over here? Ultimately carousel item, this is definitely gonna be coming from Daisy UI, because I don't think on shared CN I have anything as such. Daisy UI. This thing could be, we have already used this, haven't we? Chat bubble, have we used this? Yeah, of course. So what am I supposed to look for here? I'm supposed to be looking for those what are they called? Arey carousels yaar. So let's simply look for them. Carousels starts with C. First of all, let's go with that. This one. So this is then definitely not from this. These kind of carousels do I want? So this is where the problem is. So whenever I click on these slides, the hashtag automatically gets added up. Does it make any difference? Not really. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. It just simply gets attached at the end of the URL, and that is sort of okay as well. This is where it is. This is how it's just simply happening again and again. That's okay, understandable. Do I have the same thing here in shadow's here? I could have built it on my own as well. That's not really a big problem. We can build carousels as well. Why not? I mean, easy peasy, right? It will just simply take time, nothing else. That is why I didn't build. So carousel, here we are. So this one I got. So I'm actually using carousels from both the sides. Ultimately, when previewing the stuff, I used this one, and when showcasing them, I used from the DGUI side. Da da da. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. They have the same. They should have some variety, some customization stuff and all, but okay. It looks same. That is why people build the things on their own. Why not? Okay, by the way, this thing is done. So once this is done, I hope that should not be causing the issue. So this thing is already done. Apart from this particular thing, chat related stuff is already done. Even this particular part is already working, so no need to worry about that. I can easily record the screen. Okay, there's no problem with that. I can just simply end the meeting as well, and that is sort of great. Let me give it on the left side. This person is not in the meeting, 0. Why? As per this one, I have 2 participants here in the meeting, and this person is not in the meeting. What is this person doing? This person is definitely doing something, but not in the meeting right now. So Vipendra unstoppable. Vipendra is not in the meeting. How about leaving that? Interesting. The person left the meeting, but it still shows here. Na 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 na. Vipendra Singh Patel joined the meeting. Huh? I think 3 pages are on. Missing something. Somehow. Reload the page. There are 0 participants right now. Let me just select the ID, paste the ID over here, simple click on enter. Unstoppable wants to join the meeting, click on allow all. Both of them are in the meeting, and sort of it is working fine. The only thing is that working on this hand raise functionality, how it's 610. Let's work on this. Hand raise functionality should not be quite a big thing to do, so it can be easily done. So coming back to this one, what were the to do's? At least one thing we should be doing, getting done. I thought of working on the handle functionality, then I started fixing the bugs, and here we are. By the way, coming back to do.md, so we were discussing about this thing, raise hand, send a event a message to the backend, notify other users about you. And when it comes to raise hand, so at that time in the user's state, you should have this hand raise option as well. What I mean, let me show you in action here what I want over here, that I'm maintaining a store, and type store.ts, and that is the chat.ts, but not really related to chat, of course. There should be meeting.ts. Inside meeting.ts I have current participant, I have other participants, I have newly joined participant, all these participants I have, merely talking about the current participant. Let's go to the state, let's go to the participant. Current participant has these many things: ID, username, profile URL, meeting ID and all. What I want, it has even mic on and camera on. I want to have one more property here, that is gonna be hand raise. And is it gonna be optional? Sort of, because when I'm actually sending the data on the backend side, I don't want to send the value of the hand raise and whenever I'm getting them, I definitely want to attach it. By default it's gonna be false. So yeah, make it optional. So this particular thing is done. That simply means they will have the value of this. Amazing. The next thing is that when the user wants to join the meeting, and whenever the user sends the data to the backend, at that time it doesn't have these values. So mic on, camera on, and hand raised. At least in my application it does not have. Okay, and whenever it is allowed, at that time mic on, camera on, hand raised, all these are gonna be false by default. Okay, interesting. That simply means whenever the user joins for the first time, app, meeting id, page.tsx, over here initializes. Whenever you are initializing the stuff, at that time you are not gonna be sending the information of the user. That's right. So at that time id, username, profile, meeting title, and this much is only gonna be sent to the database whenever the user tries to join the meeting. Okay, set current user, and this bit will be done whenever I get the information about the user from the backend side. That simply means when I'm informing. So if I go to lib signaling.ts, and inside signaling.ts on message, now the question comes here, am I on the right page? Socket manager, yeah, I am on the right page. Signaling.ts, that can be handle normal process on this. Just a minute. That is definitely gonna be handle normal server process, and here I'm gonna be having some things, handle connect host, and handle connect host whenever the host joins the meeting. Definitely this needs to be added here as well. So host is gonna be equals to set host. Is this much enough? If you are the participant, host, I'm not satisfied with this. By the way, host contains what? Host contains these things, because right now what is happening, suppose you are the first participant, you joined the meeting. When you joined the meeting, you did not send the value of three things. What were those three things? Because they were optional: mic on, camera on, and raise hand or hand raise. You did not send these values. Rather, what I was expecting, that whenever you will be joined, I will attach these properties to your main object, and by default these values are gonna be false. I got the host value here. The question is, am I actually attaching it here? Even if you are the host, it doesn't matter. You should have these values. Let's see, time to log the value here. So CLG host. I'm gonna be checking the value of host over here. I'm gonna make sure that host does have these values. Otherwise, there is a problem. Got it? Okay. So how will I be checking it? Simply asking a user, like simple join the meeting. What else? Pretty simple stuff. No, 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 no. Okay, join the meeting. Once you join the meeting, host is here, got that. ID is host, meeting, title, profile, username. Great, happy with that. But where is the mic on? And when it comes to adding the host, so I'm using use meeting. Of course, this is the function, that is why. Get state set host, and when I'm setting the host, what is happening? Current user should be set. So when I'm actually setting the host, so let me go to this get state. Not here. Where is this get state coming from? Use meeting. Let's go to this use meeting, and inside this I have this set host. Set host is setting what? Host, I'm gonna be getting is set current participant. as expected, it is setting the value of the current participant. So if you are the host joining the meeting, I should definitely be setting the values to this one. Okay, that simply means coming back to this one, set host, not this much, few extra things, dot 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 host. Host is gonna be structured, mic on, false, camera on. Later we will false. Later we can work on more functionalities as well, like before even joining the meeting, you can just simply enable and disable the things. But for right now, let's simply continue with this thing. Mic on, camera on, and hand raise. Host can also hand raise. Why not? After all, that is also a participant. So let me get rid of this. This much should be fine. So at least this first thing is done. Alrighty. So handle connection is done. Apart from this particular thing, handle request to join meeting. So new participant event request to join meeting. It will just simply open the model. This will be going to the host. That's fine. Handle not request handle not requesting to join the meeting. When will this trigger? This will be triggered when you sent a request to join the meeting and suddenly you left the room. Like, yeah. So you just simply close the browser or something. At that time, this event should be triggered. So remove joining participant. So it should be removed from there. That is okay, understandable. I worked on this 2 weeks back, man. I hope you understand. I do need to think about the things exactly how I wrote the code, but yeah, the code was written by me. That is a plus point here. Handle inform others about the participant. This is where we have to change the things, and especially when it comes to changing the things. So hopefully I'm already adding it. Participant is gonna be equals to dot 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 new participant. Handle inform others about the new participant. So mic on, camera on, true. Why am I setting the value of mic on true here? Good question. Why? Don't you think by default the value should actually be false? I have participants here, and when someone joins the meeting, so handle inform others about new participants. I'm informing others about new participants. On those participants sides, the value of mic on, shouldn't it be false by default? Okay, it is false. Then what will happen? Then the next time, whenever the participant turns on. By the way, this is value is just for yourself. Again repeating, this is not for others. Then there's gonna be something interesting, because I have done something that I should not have done. When it comes to you, whether you store the value of mic on and camera on of yourself, it doesn't really matter. You have to just simply store the mic on, camera on for others, so that you can just simply turn off the video and turn on the video on your side. That's it. The changes should make difference only on your side. That simply means when the user joins the meeting, hand raise, if I'm having that option, that is okay. Similarly, making them true is fine over here. Why? Because by default, whenever the participant turns on the camera, so that the camera gets visible on my side, and the camera will be only visible on my side when the values are actually true. So this does make sense. Apart from this particular thing, whenever the host join here for the first time, so for the host, there's no sense of having the values of mic on, because the host will not and for the host these values are gonna be false by default. Apart from this particular thing, am I saving the value anywhere else? Meeting media, I have only screen recording and remote versions and all, that's it. That simply means even if I'm saving the value, that won't really make any difference, and that's understandable. By default the host will have false, so you yourself will be just simply setting yourself as false by default, and you will be setting others as true. That's okay. Normal. Okay, the question is why is the host being set as false? The thing is simple. By default host camera is gonna be false, and host mic is gonna be false, so it, and hand raise will also be false, so that is why it is set to false here. And apart from this particular thing, the question is why am I setting mic on to true and camera on to true? It is mainly for the new participant. That simply means whenever the new participant joins, you will be informed about new participant. You want to keep the mic on true and camera on true only on your side, so that whenever that particular participant turns on the camera or the video, that gets visible on your side, and that is why these values are true by default. If you make them false, of course nothing is gonna be visible on your screen. So you have these properties only for your uses, so that you can turn off and turn on the video of the other people only on your side. That is why. And I'm gonna be having one more thing, and that's gonna be hand raise hand or hand raise, I forgotten that. Okay, let me have a look at this again. Participant, that is hand raise, raise hand, hand raise, hand raise, raise hand, hand raise. Okay, never mind, I'm using hand raise over here, so let's go with this one only. Hand raise, raise hand. Raise hand is kind of a verb, and hand raise is kind of a noun. Okay, hand raise, let it be. Okay. And coming back to this one, normal, that simply means that hand raise should be here as well. That's already here, that's interesting. And coming back to this one, camera on and hand raise, the question is what should be the value of hand raise? Should it be false by default? And the answer is let it be false. Why? Because whenever the other participant turns on like raises the hand, I will be informed, and the hand raise property will be turned on automatically, so that is fine. Okay, so this particular thing is done. And whenever inform handle inform new participant about others, so the same thing I will have to do here. Camera on true and hand raise is gonna be false. Why mic on and camera on are true? Because you are having mic on and camera on property just for your uses, that is why they are true. Hand raise property will be true, false depending on the state, depending on the events that you get from the other user side. So if another user, any user turned on the hand, matlab raised the hand, in that case this value you will be getting an event on your side, and that event will automatically change the value of this hand raised from false to true. So don't worry about this. Why do you have this here? Because these mic on and camera on property you want only on your side, so that whenever you click on the camera off of any user, whenever you turn off the camera off, turn the camera off of any user, you don't get to see that user, or whenever you turn off the mic you don't get to hear that particular user, and that is why you need to have these things. Again, personal choice, this is what came to my mind, so I just added this. If something comes, something occurs to you, you can go with that. So newly joined participant, this is gonna be the one. Participant, other participants, one more thing, this is gonna be the newly joined participant. Inform new participant about others. So when I'm informing new participants, so I have newly joined participant, set a newly joined participant, hand raise is still gonna be false, that's not really big problem. And same over here, hand raise is gonna be false for all, whether you are the current one or the other one, that doesn't matter. So this thing is done. And handle deny, handle inform others about, handle receive messages. Meeting ID. When it comes to handle receive messages, so whenever I'm receiving the messages, This is where the issue is. So set chat whenever I'm setting the chat. Okay, so use a chat. Set chat. The question is, what is the type of chat? Chat contains the ID, sender ID, meeting ID, chat message and files. So it does contain the meeting ID. Why am I not setting here? So sender ID, meeting ID, just like this. And one more thing, chat does not contain only this much. It contains the ID, the chat ID. So sender ID is fine, meeting ID is fine, chat message is fine, files are also fine. How will I get the chat ID? Okay, so when setting the chat, and this chat is coming from where? Handle receive message. So this is the message I'm receiving from others, and I'm getting only these things. Isn't something fishy here? How will I be sending only this much from the backend? And the question is, when I'm sending the message, how am I sending the message without the ID? We'll have to figure out. This is not done yet. By the way, I'll have to enter some kind of ID over here, then only the issue is going to be resolved. But there is no ID as such for now. And if I'm not adding any ID, and then that's gonna be problematic thing. So first of all, I will have to figure out how am I sending the chat. So inform others about the live participant, deny. How am I sending the chat, bro? Handle inform this, okay, fine. Handle inform request to join, fine, bro, that's done. Handle send chat. When am I sending the chat? Whenever I click on that send button. I'm gonna be receiving it here, that's another case. But I should be sending the chat whenever I click on that particular send button. That simply means meeting, components, panels, chats, input, chat input. Here we are. And there must be a function handle file input change, handle send, and this is where I'm sending the message. What am I doing? Chat payload does contain the ID. Great stuff. So chat payload does have the ID UUID v4. So I'm generating the ID on the client side as well. Okay, I have the sender ID, I have the meeting ID, I have the chat message, I have all the files. Set chat. Use chat. So I'm setting the chat over here. Why? This use chat. Where am I getting it from? From here. So ultimately this is where it's automatically getting saved. So whatever chat I'm sending to the others, I'm saving the chat in my own chat history. This is where it is getting saved. Okay, so ultimately chat is getting saved here on my side as well, and as I'm gonna be getting the other chat, I'm gonna be saving it here, so it's gonna be kind of a history that will be maintained. And lastly, I have to store the chat in my database as well. Okay, that's understandable, that can be done. So this is done too. So set chat, just simply sending, and this is the message already contains the chat payload that I just created over here, and it will be sent to the backend. Stringify, yeah, it is sent to the backend. On the backend side, what am I doing? Ignore everything else. Let's go to the backend side. Source server.ts. On the backend side, I'm getting the message. Definitely I'm getting the message whenever the connection gets ready. On error, on message, on close, these three things. On message, handle normal process, that's right. Handle ask to connect, grant join, handle send message. Handle send message, I'm gonna be getting this only here. And then what data.payload. This is where the problem is. The thing is that I'm just thinking that I'm only getting the sender ID, meeting, chat files and all, but I'm also getting the ID now. Okay, and what am I doing here? first of all handle normal process. So data dot type, if that's equals to, one more step back, yeah, here, not here, yeah, probably here, yeah. So handle server process, so what am I gonna be getting? I'm gonna be getting the pass data over here, and handle normal server process, pass data is gonna be passed based on the normal server process. That's okay. Coming back to this one, and data type, if the data type is gonna be equals to this, do this. If this is equals to handle send message, if data type is gonna be equals to send message, so handle send message, that's okay. Data dot payload, I'm passing the whole payload from here. Question is, what is the type of this payload that I have? The payload type is the chat. That simply means instead of giving the type directly like this, I can actually give the type from the chat. And if I have a look at the chat, it does have the ID, sender ID, meeting ID, did this. And one more step back, files, it had everything, by the way, except one thing. And what was that? What is the problem? Can't I import it? Yeah, no. The only thing is that this payload contains the ID as well this time. That simply means this payload that I have the meeting ID, I have the sender ID, I'm getting them over here. Then meeting ID, on the basis of the meeting ID, I got the meeting, and once I got the meeting, I have to forward this particular chat to all the meeting participants. So other participants, meeting.participants, filter, and gonna be filtering all the other participants except the sender. And once I got that, then I just get the WebSocket of them, got the payload, the entire payload. And once I got the entire payload, normal process, simply send that, receive message. The message is going to be received. That simply means on the other side, on the client side, WebSocket, lib signaling.ts, handle normal server process, and at the end over here, handle receive message. So let's go here. The type of the data that I get, this is nothing but a chat. Here we are. And this is why it is really important to keep the type globally saved so that you can use them anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna be having one more thing over here. What's gonna be that? ID. Once I have the ID is gonna be equals to nothing but the ID. Alrighty, so this okay, I thought of working on something else. I started working on something else. Okay, errors are there, bugs are there, can't really do anything. But one thing is clear, from tomorrow onwards, I'll be giving 2 hours daily to this particular project. So soon it's gonna be done. What else? How long has it been anyway? I'm thirsty actually, so I gotta go and just get some water for myself. It's already been 2 hours and 24 minutes, so I'm just simply gonna be calling it now. And I actually have to work on another project, that is the EdTech one, so I'm gonna be working on that. And meanwhile, the main focus is gonna be on the DevOps part. But overall, whatever errors I've been getting, at least because few of them are gonna be listened by now. And what is the next thing that I have to focus on? The next thing is actually working on this hand raise functionality that I haven't even started. Where is that? I'm gonna be working on it tomorrow, because today I got stuck fixing many things. I thought of working on this hand functionality, but we fixed many things. First of all, the environment variable. By the way, hand raise send event message this add save the state with the current users info, change it as you get some messages. Should I do it right now? Let's try to do that. I mean, I'm actually thirsty right now, but okay, let's try to do it. So what am I gonna be doing here? That the hand raise feature, that button that I have this. I need to have a button over here as well. The question is, where should that button be? Somewhere in the middle, or maybe after the chat, nearby the chat, right? That would be better. So beside the chat. So I'm gonna be having it's definitely gonna be done tomorrow only, because there are gonna be many things to do, but I can do one thing here, and that's gonna be I can go to meeting app, meeting, and inside meeting this components, inside video, forget about the video, let's simply click on this page.tsx. I'm gonna be having video section or panels, video section, inside media controllers. Inside media controllers I'm gonna be having one more button just above chat. So just in here I'm going to have one more button. Ref is gonna be nothing for this now. No reference variable, then use ref ultimately, variant secondary, that's okay. Active panel, let me set it to true for now. And apart from this particular thing, handle click, and this is gonna be hand raise, just like this. And message square, the question is this is where the hand raise button should be. Video section, video grid, I should be getting the image of hand raise here. The question is, where am I gonna be getting it from? Hand raise, crown, image, hand raise SVG. So this is the SVG that I already have it here. So if I just simply copy it, that simply means I have saved it here. Inside public, that must be saved inside public. So inside public I already have hand raise SVG. Great. That simply means I can come to media controllers and get rid of this whole thing, paste it here, and let's see what else can I do here. Alrighty, so button I have this, hand raise, this, let's see how it looks like. So overall this is how it looks like. Quite not good actually. So in that case, if I make it false, by default how it looks like? By default it looks like this. Still that doesn't look good. This hand raise SVG, just a minute. Hand raise SVG. I think this is what I wanted, and then it should become green. Would be better, because as per the theme we need to have something like this. SVG vector icon, let's see whether I can get it or not. So SVG optimized, I can easily get this SVG over here. The second thing is that I can even get the PNG, but okay, let's go with this SVG. Edit vector, I can even edit that, but okay, let's not worry about that. Coming back to this one, let's go to the download section. This is the one that I got, right? Hand raised SVG. So cut it from here. Let me be back and try to have it inside web, public. All of them are the SVGs only. Even the hand raise is SVG. Paste it here. Where is that? Public. No. This is done. And hand raise black white. I mean, that's what the name is. Name doesn't really matter, right? Get rid of this. Come back here, hand raise black white. Done. Close this and see how it looks like now. This is how it looks like, and I can even make it smaller, so it could be around 30 by 30, probably 35 by 35. Okay, and whenever it becomes true, in this case this is how it's gonna be looking like. If I turn on the chat, what's wrong with the chat right now? Others becomes white, this becomes remains the like dark only. In that case, active button style, this is the SVG, it cannot change the color. Bad, SVG cannot change the color. Class name, text white. It will not work on this, that is the SVG. Okay, let me go to ChatGPT quickly. I already have it here anyway. Give me hand raise SVG. No, 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 no. अरे भाई ऐसे नहीं. For the Google Meet clone. This is really bad, but okay. At least I will be able to change the colors, right? Why is it so bad at this? What is it creating? Let me go to the Lucid React as well if I can find something. Icons. Hand raise. Hand. Oh, didn't know that I will find it here. Literally, I struggled so much because of this. I could have got it directly from here. Let me just simply replace this. Ta-da-da. And this way should be fine. Even it will be giving me the right result. Its height is really small. In that case, class name size 6. This is how it's gonna be looking like. And by default, if I make it false, it looks like this. It's like it is just slapping somebody, but okay, never mind. And let me make it 7 actually, and that's sort of good. The remaining things are gonna be done on it tomorrow. So yeah, right now we have it. Now we have to just simply work on the state and just simply managing the stuff, informing the other person, so that whenever I raise my hand, other people get informed. Not other people, only those people who belongs to this particular meeting, only they get informed, and the value should be changing on their side. So these things need to be done, and I'm gonna be working on this thing tomorrow. Right now I have something else, that is I'm gonna be working on this something called edtech project if I get the time. Otherwise I will be something on the other, but on this particular project the overall goal is to give at least 2 hours, because things are pretty simple, right? And I don't wanna keep investing a lot of time on this one. It's better to learn something new, because overall whatever I had to work on this particular project, from learning wise, those things are done. From the point of making it even better, as I keep working on this particular project, it will keep getting better, and that is why I'll just keep giving it 2 hours and all in a day, and that should be sort of enough, right? Do let me know, like, what do you think about it. By the way, that was it. Now I'm gonna be catching up maybe after half an hour or something. Until then, take care, bye bye, and I'm gonna be catching up soon. Bye bye.